Noah Gragson will race for Beard Motorsports in a Daytona 500 in 2021, and it looks like very possibly that we might finally see the money team out on the racetrack in 2021. What's going on, guys? It's Daniel, and welcome back to another video. We got a lot of NASCAR stories to discuss here today on the channel. Let's go ahead and just jump straight into it. The first story we're going to talk about is Kyle Larson, as his looks like we have the first set of his merchandise for the 2021 season that has been revealed, and it will probably be available on January the 1st. We got a little sneak peek from the Gas and Go podcast on Twitter, and I have to say, I really like this shirt a lot. The merch looks really awesome. I'm probably going to get some merchandise for myself. It looks really cool. I expect it to sell out like the Bubba Wallace merch. I think it's going to sell out because, again, there's a ton of Kyle Larson fans. And by the way, it does also look like that there may be Valvoline sponsored a little bit as well, though there aren't a lot of sponsors that are going to look to sponsor Kyle Larson. Probably, of course, we'll see HendrickCars.com sponsor Kyle Larson quite a bit in the 2021 season. But regardless, the merchandise looks really awesome, and I cannot wait to see what Kyle Larson will do in 2021, and I'll probably get some merchandise for myself for the 2021 season. On to the next story. Ryan Newman will once again be racing in the Chili Bowl, attempting to get in the Chili Bowl, the finals, as a matter of fact, in 2021. Ryan Newman races quite a bit in dirt. You know, he's racing late models a lot, and he's raced a lot of dirt races in the past. So really great to see that Ryan Newman is going to attempt the Chili Bowl next year. It's great to see that we're seeing a ton of drivers going out and racing the Chili Bowl. We have Chase Elliott racing. We have Kyle Larson racing, Chase Briscoe, Christopher Bell. The list of drivers the list continues to get long as well. And really great to see that Ryan Newman will continue and will race in the Chili Bowl in 2021. On to the next story. There's a rumor that has been starting to go around, and this is not just affecting NASCAR, but it's affecting every other major sporting event that comes on this network as well. It is currently being rumored that NBCSN may go away after the 2021 season. Now, this was reported by a soccer group, but Robin Miller also chimed in on Racer.com, wrote an article on his podcast as well, and he stated that there's a possibility that NBCSN might go away after 2021. Like I mentioned, why does this affect NASCAR? Because this channel will not only affect NASCAR, but it'll affect IndyCar, the Champions League in soccer, the World Endurance Championship, IMSA, all those major motorsports and all major sports that go on NBCSN will probably end up getting affected. So what are the outcomes that possibly could end up happening? Well, all major motorsports will probably end up on NBC Sports Gold, unfortunately, including NASCAR. Unless NASCAR, of course, decides, at least for the Cup Series, to have all their events televised on the main NBC. In my personal opinion, I think that if NBCSN is truly going to be going away after 2021, in 2022, I think all major Cup Series events, they need to go on the main NBC network. And I hope the Xfinity Series and Truck Series could do the same. Well, the Truck Series is on Fox, so it really isn't a major problem. But I hope that a lot of the Xfinity Series events as well end up on the NBC app, because I think a lot of people are not going to want to get NBC Sports Gold. Yes, NBC Sports Gold is only like $50 a month, but some people don't have the money to afford that. So I'm really intrigued to see what's going to happen. I really hope this rumor does not come true and we do end up keeping NBCSN. But if this ends up becoming the case and they do end up getting rid of NBCSN, I think that this is a really bad move. But hopefully it does not end up coming true. And hopefully NBCSN can return in 2022. But if it is true that NBCSN is going to go away, this is going to affect every major sporting league in America and all across the world on NBCSN. On to the first of two major stories. Noah Gragson is going to race in the 2021 Daytona 500 for the 62 team for Beard Motorsports. And according to this, it is apparently not a Hendrick partnership, but it's an RCR partnership, because Brendan Gaughan used to race for RCR, and Noah Gragson will be working with Beard Motorsports in 2021 Daytona 500. Now, there have been speculation at Beard Motorsports after Brendan Gaughan announced that he was going to retire from NASCAR altogether and move on to help own the South Point Hotel and Casino. There are rumors speculating that Beard Motorsports was going to shut down after 2020. Well, those rumors have been put aside, because Noah Gragson will race in at least the 2021 Daytona 500. It's very possible they maybe could have Noah Gragson run all four of the Super Speedway races, but we at least know that they will race in the Daytona 500. Now, one thing to note is that Noah Gragson will have to qualify into Daytona 500, as they do not currently have a charter. And with the field continuing to expand, with they're up to 41 drivers being confirmed for the Daytona 500 up to this point, with the two NBM cars, with the possibility of Gaughan Brothers coming up, with possibility of another team that we're going to talk about really soon. and maybe another 4 Rick Ware racing cars showing up, even though 3 of those probably do have charters, and 1 is probably going to be unchartered, and also possibility of Tommy Baldwin Racing and a bunch and Collier Racing as well. So Noah Gragson is probably going to have to qualify into the Daytona 500. Noah Gragson's honestly a pretty fast driver. I think if the 6-2 team can get the funding from RCR, especially since RCR cars are generally fast on the super speedways, maybe he can qualify in on the Daytona 500 qualifying on that Wednesday evening, and maybe there's a very strong possibility that Noah Gragson can put up some really strong runs in these cars. Now, Noah Gragson's just there to get some experience. It's just a Daytona 500. People are like, he's not ready for Cup. Guys, it's a Daytona 500. Anybody can race in Daytona 500. It's very possible Noah Gragson can run very well in his event, especially since, he won the 2020 Xfinity Series race and was in contention to win a second Talladega race. So Noah Gragson's a really, really solid super speedway racer, and I think he'll have a very strong run. His goal, try to get into the event. If he can get in the event, his goal for his first start is try to finish in the top 20. I think that'd be a really good deal. Of course, you always want to win the Daytona 500 if you get into the event. But if Noah Gragson can't officially get into Daytona 500, his ultimate goal is to try to win the Daytona 500. But, man, really cool to see Noah Gragson. I'm really excited for him. Been a huge fan of Noah Gragson. I think he's a very talented driver, and I think he'll put up some really strong runs in the 2021 Daytona 500. And great to see Noah Gragson attempting the Daytona 500 in 2021. And now we're getting on to the final story of this episode, as according to Adam Stern, the Money Team is back in the news. According to Adam Stern, the Money Team is in discussions with Spire Motorsports to form a new partnership per sources. The deal would involve Floyd Mayweather's team backing Spire in 2021 for using a Spire charter in 2022 to run a full-time entry. Now, let me give you a background on the Money Team. About late November, actually early November 2019, they started coming up into the news with, apparently, a lot of people thought that this team wasn't real at first. When it got announced, I'm like, dang, apparently they want to really come into the sport. And they were looking to make their first entry at Homestead Miami Speedway in 2019, and that did not come into fruition. Then they were looking at making the starts, especially in Daytona 500 in 2020, but that fell through because they could not get a charter, and because of the fact that COVID-19 came around, that really affected their opportunity to race in 2020. Now we're hearing reports now and suggesting that the Money Team is looking to probably try to acquire a charter, maybe run some races in 2021 with the Spire machine, maybe the 77 car, or maybe forming another car for all we know. Maybe they're going to run with them for some certain races, and most of the other races will go to the Spire car. And it's very possible Jeffrey Earnhardt could end up being a driver. They've had association with Jeffrey Earnhardt. Maybe AJ Allmendinger could end up being the other driver that is rumored as well to go with this team. But there's speculation that Jeffrey Earnhardt will work with them as well. And they were also in the news earlier this year as they were in the running to try to buy the Germain Racing car, the Germain Racing entry, the charter. So they were looking to buy basically the Germain Racing charter. They were in the running involved with Denny Hamlin, who was trying to buy it with 23XI Racing, Trackhouse, to my knowledge, and I think there was MVM was also involved in that. It's crazy to think that 3 people that we did not know were going to be involved in the charter running, that the Money Team was one of the teams involved. And if I really want to think they're a real organization, but it's really, really tough to tell if they are a real organization or not. But the fact that there are more teams trying to join the NASCAR Cup Series and trying to get involved in the NASCAR Cup Series as a whole is really, really exciting, especially for the future as well, because I think the future is going to be really, really good. Like I was saying, overall, it's really, really cool to see that we're starting to see more teams trying to get involved in the sport, especially going into the next-gen era. And I think that's the major reason why we're starting to see new teams in talks and conversations to get into the sport. You look at 23XI Racing, they're looking at the next-gen car. They're coming into the sport. And and Toyota wants to have a second factory-backed team, and they eventually want to become a 4-car organization. Trackhouse Racing, that will have Daniel Suarez in 2021. They've joined the NASCAR Cup Series. They weren't even supposed to originally start being a full-time team in 2021, but they got the charter, so that's why they'll be full-time with Daniel Suarez in 2021. You have to also look at, the Live Fast Motorsports team, of course, are going to be taking place of the Go Fast Racing organization, but their new organization as well. And there's a possibility in the future, maybe like Brad Keselowski, for all we know, maybe decides, hey, I may want to come back and join the Cup Series. Maybe Kyle Busch Motorsports long-term in the next 10 years after Kyle Busch is officially done with NASCAR. Maybe he'll join the NASCAR Cup Series in the future. The next-gen car is supposed to cut a lot of costs. It's supposed to, of course, at the beginning, cost quite a bit, but the chassis are all going to be the same. So, especially these smaller teams are going to have a little bit more of an advantage. They're going to be able to catch up with the bigger teams. So, of course, it's not going to be as bad, to get involved in a sport. You really aren't going to need alliances as much as well. But like I said, if this team is a show up the money team overall, I think that they will probably end up choosing Jeff Earnhardt or AJ Allmendinger as the driver. No, I think AJ Allmendinger will run with Colleague Racing for some of their races as well that they're going to run. But yeah, really, really awesome to hear about the money team. It's awesome to hear when we have new organizations on the top again. I hope this team ends up becoming true because it'd be really, really cool to have a new organization join the NASCAR Cup Series going forward, but they probably have to replace one of the organizations unless they take one of the Spire charters, which that's probably what's going to happen. They'll probably end up taking one of the Spire charters if they do officially go full-time in the Cup Series in 2021. So, anyway, that is going to be for today's NASCAR news video. I want to thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe to the channel, notifications so you'll be notified when a video does go live on my channel. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Link in the description below for that. And comment your thoughts on today's video. What are your thoughts about the possibilities in money team racing? Do you think this team is real, or do you think they're a joke and they're end up not going to be showing up to NASCAR at all? Or do you think they're going to actually show up at some races in 2021 and then race at some points in 2022? Let me know in the comments below. And what are your thoughts about Noah Gragson racing in the 2021 Daytona 500? How well do you think he'll do? Do you think he'll make the field for the race or not? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure you like it so YouTube can recommend more of these great videos out to you guys. If you do that, I would greatly appreciate it. By the way, I will not have videos tomorrow, Friday, and maybe Saturday as well because of the Christmas holidays. I'm going to try to spend some time with my family. So this will probably be the last video, probably until Saturday or Sunday. So you may not see a video on this channel to probably Saturday or Sunday. So if I miss any news for the next couple days, that will probably get caught up on the next episode. So anyway, like I said, I want to thank you guys for watching today's video, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care, everybody.